soft, poignant background music, slow motion shots, close-ups of a deserted national highway, long stretches of sunlight, the sound of wind, occasionally a passing truck. Then, transition to a close-up of a skinny puppy, big round eyes, looking lost, trotting weakly in the middle of the road, whimpering as if searching for help, voiceover deep, emotional, initially melancholic. In this life, there are tiny fates that seem invisible. But to me, every living being carries a story, a silent cry waiting to be heard. And that day, on that desolate road, a cry rang out, powerful enough to pierce through all distances, touching my very soul. Quick transition to a phone ringing, caller ID Animal Rescue Association. I answer, my face changing as I hear the news. That late afternoon, as I was about to finish my work at the rescue station, my phone unexpectedly rang. It was a call from a resident living near the national highway, his voice urgent, full of worry. He described a heartbreaking scene, a mother dog lying motionless by the roadside, and her pitiful puppies hovering around, whimpering desperately. My heart ached. Every passing second was a life hanging in the balance. I knew I had to get there, and I had to get there fast. My hurried preparations, backpack, towel, water, food. My face tense, determined, urgent, driving background music. I drive quickly on the national highway, eyes focused intently. Upon arrival, the scene is heartbreaking. The mother dog lies still, her breath weak, her puppies emaciated, their fur matted, trembling and clinging to their mother but afraid to approach the busy road. When I arrived, the sight before me left me speechless. Under the scorching afternoon sun, the mother dog lay there, motionless. Dirt clung to her scraggly fur, and small wounds marked her frail body. Around her, tiny lives, skinny puppies, still unaware of the danger, scurried about. Like lost white specks on the hot asphalt, their eyes looked at me with fear, yet also with a fragile hope. Without a second's hesitation, I knew I had to act immediately. The mother dog's breath was almost imperceptible. I had to snatch her life back from the hands of death. Tense, driving, background music. I gently pick up the mother dog, place her on a clean towel I prepared, carefully positioning her on the sidewalk, away from the dangerous road. I begin resuscitation. I gently, yet firmly, lifted the mother dog onto a clean towel, placing her in the safest spot on the sidewalk. Her entire body was limp, ice cold. I pressed my ear to her chest, trying to hear her faint heartbeat. There was almost nothing. I knew I had to perform CPR. I began the first compressions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each push down was a prayer, a resolve not to give up. I pressed hard but decisively, trying to maintain a rhythm. Sometimes I paused, tilted her head back, checked for a reaction with my fingers, looked for any obstructions in her mouth. I even attempted mouth-to-snout resuscitation, gently blowing air into her nose, hoping every bit of life-giving breath would reach her lungs. Continue CPR. Then I take a small water bottle, gently drip water into the mother dog's mouth, massaging her throat to help her swallow. The puppies still stand around, their eyes watching anxiously. About 5-7 minutes pass in tense silence. 5 minutes felt like an eternity. Sweat poured from me, but I didn't dare stop. I knew this was her only chance. I continued to drip water, to massage, hoping for a miracle. And then, a faint whimper. Her eyes slowly opened. A miracle had happened. I felt a surge of energy fill my body. I knew we had passed the most critical stage. Music shifts to gentle, hopeful. The mother dog slowly tries to get up, weakly licking my hand as if in thanks. I take out milk and kibble from my backpack, pour them into 2 small bowls. The mother dog and her puppies begin to eat ravenously, the sounds of their eating full of life. The mother dog licks her puppy's fur, her eyes full of maternal love. Though still weak, her maternal instinct surged powerfully. The mother dog gently licked my hand as if to say thank you. I quickly took out milk and kibble from my backpack, items always ready for any rescue. Witnessing the two mother and child devour every piece of food, every sip of milk, my heart felt strangely warm. It was a moment of rebirth, of sacred maternal love. I carefully lift the mother dog and her puppies into the car, driving to the vet clinic. At the vet, the doctor examines wounds, vaccinates, and gives nutritional supplements. I care for them attentively, without hesitation. I took the little family to the familiar veterinary clinic. There, the mother dog received a full checkup, vaccinations, and was prescribed supplements to aid her recovery. The puppies were also dewormed and given their first vaccines. I knew this was just the beginning of a long journey for them to have a better life. Bright, joyful, uplifting background music. Scene transitions to my home. The mother dog and her puppies are now healthy, plump, running and playing happily. In the yard, I sit and play with them, stroking their sleek fur. Laughter rings out, filled with happiness. Since that day, that little family has become an indispensable part of my life. The mother dog, now named Hope, has fully recovered, her fur sleek, her eyes full of life. The puppies have grown incredibly fast too, mischievous and utterly adorable. They run around the yard, my laughter mingling with their joyful barks, close up of me hugging Hope and her puppies. My eyes shine with happiness, contentment every day. Seeing their joy, I believe even more strongly in the miracle of life, of love, and of perseverance. The life of an animal rescuer isn't always easy, but moments like these, when I see a life reborn, a family reunited, that is the greatest reward. And that is why I will never stop dedicating myself, never stop listening to those silent cries. Because every living being deserves a chance to live, to love, and to be loved. Screen fades to black, displaying the text, "Every life is worth saving. Let's act for our four-legged friends," accompanied by contact information for your rescue, organization, or personal page. And then, a faint whimper, her eyes slowly opened. A miracle had happened. I felt a surge of energy fill my body, a blazing hope. I knew we had overcome the most critical stage. The door of life and death had closed, and life had opened up. Though still weak, her body trembling, her maternal instinct surged powerfully within her. The mother dog gently raised her head, her weak eyes trying to search, then softly licked my hand, as if it were the deepest, most sincere thank you a tiny creature could offer. I could feel the warmth from her small tongue, and it made my heart overflow. I quickly opened my backpack, taking out small bags of milk specifically for puppies and some high-quality kibble items always ready for any rescue. I poured the milk into a small bowl and sprinkled kibble onto another plate. The mother dog, with her last efforts, slowly tried to get up, but it was still a great struggle. I gently helped her closer to the bowl of milk. She began to sniff, then slowly licked each bit of milk deliberately, as if savoring every precious drop of life. The tiny puppies, who were frightened and timid moments ago, now saw their mother awake and eating, and they immediately scurried closer. Guided by instinct, they too began to lap up the spilled milk and nibble at the small pieces of kibble. Witnessing the two mother and child ravenously devouring every piece of food, every sip of milk, the sounds of their eating full of life, I felt my heart strangely warm. This was not just a moment of physical recovery, but also a connection of sacred maternal love, a testament to the resilience of a mother who, even near death, still tried to protect and nourish her young. Every gesture of her licking her puppy's fur, every attentive gaze from the mother dog as she watched her children eat, exuded boundless love. I knew somehow they had found a second chance. Without a moment's hesitation, I decided to take this small family to my familiar veterinary clinic. The mother dog's health was still very fragile, and the puppies also needed a comprehensive checkup. At the clinic, the mother dog was thoroughly examined by the veterinarian, from checking her wounds to giving her necessary vaccinations, and she was prescribed supplements to help her recover her strength as quickly as possible. The puppies also received deworming, their first vaccines, and guidance on appropriate nutrition. I cared for them attentively, never leaving their side. I knew this was just the beginning of a long journey for them to have a better life, a future they deserved. Since that day, that small family has become an indispensable part of my life. The mother dog, now named Hope, a name that encapsulates faith and rebirth, has fully recovered. Her fur is now sleek and shiny, her round brown eyes always reflecting gratitude and trust. As for Hope's children, they've grown incredibly fast, becoming plumper, healthier, and more mischievous each day. Now, every one of my mornings begins with endless games. Hope especially loves playing fetch. She sprints across the yard, her ears perked up with excitement, and always proudly brings the ball back. Her children are no less competitive. They race after her, forming a playful mini-team, always filled with the sound of their little paws and happy barks. Bath time is also a special ritual. Hope stands still under the faucet, her eyes closed, enjoying the cool water and my gentle massages. After that are meticulous brushing sessions, making her fur even shinier. These are quiet moments when I feel the absolute trust she places in me, and I know she has truly found a safe home, a complete and unconditional love. Afternoon walks in the park or on a tree-lined street are an indispensable part of our routine. Hope walks with confidence, occasionally turning her head to look at me as if to ask, "Where are we going next, owner?" As for her children, they explore every nook, every new scent, but as soon as I call, they immediately return, circling my feet, and when night falls, after a long day of playing, the whole family curls up together on the warm rug next to the sofa. Hope often rests her head on my lap, her breathing steady as she drifts off to sleep, while her children also dream beautiful dreams. Seeing them so peaceful, I feel a simple yet profound happiness. The life of an animal rescuer isn't always easy, but moments like these, when I see a life reborn, a family reunited and completely happy, that is the greatest reward. And that is why I will never stop dedicating myself, never stop listening to those silent cries, because every living being deserves a chance to live, to love, and to be loved. I hope this ending brings the full emotion you desire for your video. If there are any other adjustments, please let me know.